Hello friends, my name is Behroz and welcome to my channel where we talk about how you can live your best life and be your best version. Now in this video, I will share with you 4 effective strategies that you can make use of as a newcomer to Canada in order to land your first job within the first 3 months. Now before going into the details of the strategies, let me quickly talk about why do I have command on this subject. I immigrated to Canada in 2017 with my family at an age of 33 years old without any job. Using these strategies, my wife got her first job within the first 1 month and I got my first job within the first 3 months. And within 1 year's time, both of us were able to switch our jobs with higher skylines and income. These strategies were not effectively used just by me and my wife, but also all the immigrant friends that I have had and known in Canada. Now, the key challenge that we as newcomers face when we are trying to tap into the Canadian job market is a typical response we get, which is one, we don't have Canadian experience, or we don't have Canadian education on our resumes. These two challenges significantly reduce our chances to getting to the interview stage, let alone getting a job. Now, the strategies that I'm about to share with you will not only help you get to the interview stage, but also will make sure that you succeed the entire hiring process. Now, one word of caution. Make sure you don't go ahead and mass distribute your resume to everyone, asking them to evaluate your resume if and when an opportunity comes up. People have busy lives and they have other priorities, and there's a good chance that when and if a particular opportunity will come, they will forget about your resume or about you altogether, and you will end up missing that particular chance. Apart from these 4 strategies, towards the end, I will also throw in 1 or 2 bonus tips. So make sure you stay tuned till the end of the video to get to those bonus tips. Now with the strategy, open an Excel file and make a list of all the connections that you have in the Canadian job market. In the second column, against those connections, write the name of the organization where they work. In the third column, against those connections, write the name of the organization where they don't work directly but may have a contact there. This could be a sibling, a family member, or a friend. Now for this information, you will have to contact those connections, friends, and family and ask them for connections in the organization which is outside their immediate working organization. Now once you have this list ready, highlight the organizations which are your preferred organizations where you want to work for and bring them to the top while you can cancel out all the rest. Now once the priority list is prepared, you move to step 2, where you put in job notifications in LinkedIn for job opportunities that are relevant to you in those particular organizations. Also on a weekly basis, check the website of those particular organization for any relevant job opening or vacancy. And as soon as you get a notification from LinkedIn or see a job opening on the website, you will have to open your master list again and see who is your contact against that particular organization. Contact them and ask them to pass on your resume to the relevant and the right desk. This is how I landed my first job in Canada within 3 months. Now, as you're making use of that list that you've prepared, you also simultaneously need to expand that list. How you do this is that you need to ask your friends and family to introduce you to their circle of connections. This could be a friend or a colleague from their workplace. Now, once introduced, you need to get in touch with that connection, get to know them and introduce yourself. And once that is done, add them to your master list. Expanding the list in this way will help you open up more doors of opportunities. Now strategy number 2, make a list of all the companies where you want to work but don't have a connection. Similar to strategy number 1, go on LinkedIn, put job notification for those particular companies and also routinely check on their websites for any relevant openings. As soon as you find an opening in that particular organization, go on LinkedIn and look for the employees working there with whom you can relate to. It could be a relation in terms of cultural background, university, or a prior employer. So in my case, given I immigrated from Southeast Asia, I would look for employees working in that company who have immigrated from Southeast Asia as well, and then I would write to them. Given they had similar experiences when they immigrated to Canada where they didn't have a job on hand and there was someone who helped them out, more than 50% of the time they would respond and would be willing to help you. Now once they do respond, send your resume to them and request them to pass it to the right desk. This is exactly how I was able to get at least 6 interview calls during the period when I was job hunting. Third strategy is for those individuals who have previously worked in organizations which have offices in North America. These are usually multinational companies, so you would be tapping into the alumni of that company where you've previously worked. Now using your second list, which is the list of organizations where you want to work but don't have a connection, once a job opening comes in that organization, go on LinkedIn and look for the employees of that organization who have previously worked in the company or organization where you have previously worked as well. Reach out to them. Given they've worked previously in the same company as yours, even if not in the same market, they would be very forthcoming to help you. Plus, they would be able to relate to your resume and can easily qualify your achievements despite you not having Canadian experience or Canadian education or them knowing you directly as a person. I landed my second job in Canada exactly using that strategy. Now, the fourth strategy is primarily relevant for those who have prior limited experience. For example, this was applicable for my wife who took a 5-year maternity leave before tapping into the Canadian job market. For this strategy, you will have to get in touch with the Community Employment Services. There are a number of organizations in Canada who are funded by the government and offer you free of charge services to help you land a job in Canada. They will help you polish your resume, brush up your skills, and even may assign you a mentor either from the industry itself or someone who has previously worked in the industry who would exactly guide you what kind of jobs you should look for, how should you approach those jobs, how should you position yourself and present yourself in the interview in the Canadian job market, and they may even help you by making use of their connections for you to get into the Canadian job market. This is exactly how my wife was able to land her first job within the first 2 months. Now here are some bonus tips, or call it a few suggestions from my end. Number one is be okay with the step down in your career. It's more important to keep your resume running versus taking a gap. You can always explain as to why you took a step down. This was true for me as I almost started with an entry-level position when I first came to Canada, but within a year or two, I was able to come back to the position or the career level at which I left my home country. Second is don't be shy from approaching people, even if that means that you have to cold call them. As long as you're polite and humble, it is perfectly fine. They may not end up responding to you, but have zero ego with that and keep approaching and keep doing your best. You can certainly reach out to me and get me added to your connection list. Thank you for watching this video. Hopefully these tips will help you get into the Canadian job market as soon as possible. Thank you.